Welcome one, welcome all to another glorious Wednesday. And you already know what Wednesday means. That means it's hump day. And what does hump day mean to everybody who's of high IQ? It means a new episode of Compas on the Beat has dropped. You're welcome. Let's go. What better way to project yourself into the weekend than right here with your compas? What are we doing? Grab a beer, grab your coffee, grab your water, whatever you want to drink. Take a seat, chat with your boys. Let's get to it. Today on Compas on the Beat, we're going to have our week one takeaways, including the Chargers, the Rams, and everybody else. Good storylines from week one. Hey, football's back, baby. Look, I'm already... Woo, 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 woo. I'm so fired up. Football's back. Let's go. And do not forget, and for more football content, your boys have got you covered. We got What's Up, Bolts? What? A pod about the Chargers. We got House of Horns. What? A pod about the Rams. We also got, even if you don't want a little football, you want a little something else, we got a little combat compass. What? Get all your combat needs going. Don't forget to go to every channel and subscribe. Apple, Google, Spotify, all of them. The YouTubes, all of them. We're all over the place. Follow us on social media also. On Twitter, it is at Compas OTB. The OTB is capital. On Instagram and the TikToks, it is at Compas on the Beat. So come on in, see what kind of content your boys are always dropping. We're always like breadcrumbs. They're all over the place. Look at that. Look at that. Here's your way back to us, back to your boys. Let's freaking go. It's going to be another great day here on Compas on the Beat. Also, do not forget, our goal is to try and reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube as soon as possible. I know the season's underway, but that's all right. Keep on coming in. And you know what I'm saying? Be a friend, tell a friend. Don't you worry about that. Now, quit the dilly-dally, Dan, and there you go. Everybody wants to get to it. So now it's time to get to the best damn podcast in all the universe. All the way from across the way. Play the music, Nando! Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, OC Register, LA Daily News. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? I'm well rested after a Thursday night football game. I don't know about you. You had a Sunday game, Sunday afternoon, Chargers, Raiders, and it was interesting, Fernando. I was watching. I was keeping tabs on your tweets, man, and I'm like, okay, hopefully Fernando doesn't miss this or miss that. But you didn't need me. You had like 40,000 videos and tweets, so good to have you back on the NFL Beat, man.
I appreciate it. No, you actually did help me out. I hadn't seen that Keenan Allen had left, so I appreciate that assist. I think I was the first one that had that one, so I was like, oh, there you go, boom. I was like, so I definitely do appreciate that, because I mean, you're going at 1,000 miles per hour and you're trying to watch the TV while also watching the next play. It's funny because I know some folks tweeted at me. They're like, you just ruined the next play for us. And I'm like, oh, that's my bad. But I mean, I'm over here tweeting and stuff. I got to tweet out some stuff. I've tried to this year I told myself I'm going to tweet a little bit less of the play-by-play and more of like the big plays. So I'm going to try and do less of that. But definitely it was awesome to be back on Sunday and be out there. And
but real quick, you bring up a good point, because that's something that I was worried about, because people are always streaming stuff nowadays, and we're gonna get into a segment later about spoiling stuff. And I'm like, do I care about these people? Do I tweet? Do I do my thing? I do less tweeting than you do for now, not because I care about people streaming, but it's just deadline. Like deadline. But man, I think most people will probably appreciate you tweeting extra than less. I saw one of your freaking Khalil Mack tweets that went like, what, almost 300 retweets or more, 400, whatever. So
yeah, it was his first half stats. People were like, I thought he was washed though, and I was like, oh, there you go. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people did write off Khalil Mack, and that was the interesting part. And I kind of was wondering too, going into the game, how is he gonna come out? Is he going to be able to carry those emotions? Is he going to be fresh? He kept on saying, I'm fresh. I feel fresh. He thanked Brandon Staley for giving them preseason basically off, preseason games, and just letting them play during the game. So I think with those veteran players, sometimes they value that. And Khalil kept on asking. They asked him, "How motivated are you? How hungry are you?" You're gonna see. You're gonna see. Well, he freaking feasted Thanksgiving in September. He feasted on Derek Carr a little bit, and I asked him, "Did you trash talk with him?" He's like, "They were trying to run. They were trying to do hurry up offense, so there was really no time to really trash talk with him." But he knows, and I was like, "Oh wow, like, that's pretty funny." But yeah, it was a good time. It definitely was amazing being back. But I gotta ask you, because you got in before I did. What does it feel like to be finally back in the locker room after a pandemic, 2 years of being out? What did you feel like when you first walked in?
Yeah, I just wish it wasn't a night game because again, I'm always moving around, maneuvering here, maneuvering there. And the one I did not want to miss was Jalen Ramsey. I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah,
I can't looking over. Okay, is Jalen gonna talk? He's gonna talk, and I kind of want to I wanted to just go up myself, but I'm like, no, he's definitely a scrum guy. They're gonna plan it out. And then it was just interesting. You had to kind of maneuver between the actual press conferences, the coach and the quarterback in the locker room, and I kept going back and forth from Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford versus Jalen Ramsey. I got to talk to him. But I did get Leonard Floyd one-on-one. Everybody was trying to hover around the Cooper Cup to the stars. One rule, if you're an aspiring journalist, don't just go to the big stars. Try to show your face to everybody. And then I get it. You got to get the stars too, but sometimes, when people are going to the scrum, it's okay for you to go other ways. And when people are going to scrums, I got Leonard Floyd, who's one of the top players, and we were talking one-on-one, and he gave me some good stuff. But after the Leonard Floyd interview, I had to go up, run. And the worst part, Fernando, the Rams locker room is much further than the Chargers. When you come out the elevator, you go left. I have to go right, and I'm like, and I actually interrupted Sean McVay's press conference. The first question, he had a question, or one of his opening statements, and I went in the middle of that, and I kind of just opened the door and I sat down real quick. It's a long walk; you have to make deadline, but other than that, it was interesting to get that feel again and being back in the locker room. It was just a lot of rushing and chaos. I'm sure for you got to chill and do a lot of interviews with Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel, Derwin James. By the way, I saw a video of Derwin James saying, "What do you think?" And I think he was talking to you, right?
Yeah, he was. Mack. He was. It's funny. Before I get into that, though, so I felt so bad. We're getting off of the elevator and our Raiders. We have a lot of Raiders media buddies. Obviously, Gilbert and I do, and a lot of them I've gotten to know through Gilbert. So I'm honored to know them as colleagues and as friends. They're like, "Where's the locker room here?" And this lady goes, "Oh, on the opposite side of the stadium." What the bleep? And so there they go in a huge scrum, taking off running to get to the other side because they said they got a text saying Josh McDaniels was going to go quickly, like he was getting ready to go, and so they took off running. And I'm over here walking. I see Jaleel White, my good friend. He remembers me because he went like this, and he's like, "How you doing?" I was like, "Good." Gilbert.
You also got to say who he is because people don't.
He played Steve Urkel in Family Matters. I promise you this. I will get him.
I was gonna say
I will get him on the show. I'm gonna go next time I see him. I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna ask him. So
he's probably watching the show right now, like, man, this guy just calls me by Urkel, man. I'm not going.
No, I did not. Show. I said Jaleel White. So it was pretty funny, but so we get into the locker room, and I was like on Aladdin's magic carpet. A whole new world. You walk in, you're like, oh wow, like this is crazy. The only time we've ever been in the locker room was when we took that tour of the stadium. So I remember I walked in, and I was like, oh wow. So I go straight to Khalil. Khalil's getting ready to go take a shower, and I'm like, Khalil, can I talk to you real quick? He's like, hey, it's either now or never. And then like all these like camera people like let themselves come running to him. But this is the funniest part. So I talked to him, Asante, some other guys. And I'm waiting for Derwin, and he comes in, and he's like, what up? He's like, Fernando, waiting at my locker. He's like, some things never change. He's like, he's ready to see what I got. He's like, Fernando, I got a lot to talk to you about. And I'm like, all right, cool. So Derwin walks over and everything, and you know how he is. And he was just like, man, he's like, we played well, didn't we? And I was like, that's why I'm here to ask you. And he's like, and this is only the beginning. And I'm like, oh wow. I was like, okay, so. Obviously, we talked to him. Derwin was in high spirits. And then I asked Keenan, I'm like, Keenan, how are you feeling? This was the funniest part. I go, Keenan, do you feel like you're good enough to play? Yeah, I can play. And I'm like, on a Thursday night? Or no, he said possibly. Then I go on a Thursday night, small possibly, and then I'm like, oh, okay, there you go. So it was pretty. And I told him after, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. He's like, bro, we good. He's like, I knew somebody was gonna have to do it. I'm glad it was you because obviously we go back. And I was like, oh, I appreciate it. So it was good to be back in the locker room. It's awesome. It just felt unique to be back in there, and it just felt different. But I'm glad we're finally back in there, and hopefully things stay like this because this is the best way to be able to do our jobs to the best of our ability is if we're able to be in there and grab, and like you said, grab quotes from guys that people don't know about. I mean, Xander Horvath, 7th round draft pick for the Chargers. He scored his first NFL touchdown in his first NFL game. So, and the Chargers really love that guy. I think he's going to be used in different ways this upcoming season. But for a fact, I thought he played really well. And there's some other guys, DeAndre. Who would have thought after the game that people were going to be wanting to talk to DeAndre Carter, Gerald Everett, and Xander Horvath? I mean, that's just how the NFL game goes. And that's why sometimes it's good to get to know these guys before they blow up or they get bigger, because you're like, oh, hey, remember I talked to you? Oh, yeah, cool. So, yeah, Gilbert, that's sound advice that you're giving to the young journalists out there, or the aspiring 50-year-old journalists who think it's fun to just that we hang out with athletes all day and they decide chief to jump over and do things with us. But definitely good advice from you.
Yeah, no, that's what I want. What's Up, Bro to be about. We talk. This is what our careers are. We are reporters, and it's good to give a behind the scenes point of view, what we go through from a night game on a Thursday to what you went through on a Sunday.
Did you have your feet up on Sunday?
Did I have my what?
Your feet up?
Oh yeah, that's what
feet up. Before. Relax.
That's what I said. That was going to be my segue into week one. I don't want to give too much away of week one, but I was feet up, relaxing, watching the Chargers Raider game. And I don't know if people still care about my opinion anymore about the Chargers, but real quick before we move on to the
Dan and Dago does.
It was fascinating to see these new faces that, because I was around for the off season and the draft and the free agency and trades and all that. So to see that all come together and so quickly with obviously Khalil Mack, man, like watching that video of Brandon Staley giving out a game ball and saying, I'm glad you guys saw it in person. I'm glad you got to see this special guy in person, because I know from Chicago, game ball to Khalil Mack, that guy was freaking dominant.
Well, I saw it before Brandon Staley did.
Okay, whatever. When
he was in Oakland, I saw him play.
Well, that's not what I mean. Like,
I know.
People forgot in Chicago, and for him to be that impactful was cool to see. And then DeAndre Carter, Gerald Everett. Chargers have a nice team, but let's get to week one, Fernando.
All right. So obviously, we're compas, you and I. We got you didn't want to be my compa at the beginning, but obviously, I just like everybody else, I grow on people, and obviously we became compas. We cover NFL beats, so why not combine that, compas on the NFL beat? Let's talk about some of the things that happened in week one. Gilbert, what was your biggest takeaway from week one of the NFL season?
My biggest takeaway, Fernando, is sort of a promo, and I'm a little ticked off at the Baltimore Ravens, but I'm also happy for Lamar Jackson. And there were so many takeaways that you go through this, NFL week. There was a lot of crazy chaos, and we'll get into right now. But I'm gonna start the show with Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna pretend that I am RG3, Robert Griffin III. I'm Paul Heyman. I was gonna say Al Heyman again. Paul Heyman, like RG3, saying you got to pay the man. And this guy was making some darts, throws, lasers, running again like he always does. And to see that the Ravens couldn't figure out a deal with Lamar Jackson, what are you doing, man? What else do you have to see from this guy? He won the MVP. He takes you to the playoffs. Last year, they stunk because he was hurt. That already shows you how valuable he is. So I know it's the Jets. I'll pump the brakes, but it's more about pay the freaking man, pay the quarterback. Come on. He's better than Lamar Jackson. Definitely better than Deshaun Watson. All these guys, Dak Prescott, I could keep going on and on and on. And I think I saw a report out there. It's like, they offer him like $170 million deal with not as much guaranteed as Deshaun Watson.
He even came to the podium and said, no, they offered me $180 million guaranteed, and I turned it down. What?
There you go. That's betting on yourself. And I know it's really risky. I'll end with this, Fernando. It's really risky because if you get hurt, you lose all the guaranteed money. But hopefully it does a whole franchise tag, gets like $40 million, do it again, another $40 million, and then break the bank in free agency, maybe $250 million, pay the man, Lamar Jackson.
Or he could get traded, which I don't know if Baltimore does. That's the tough part about not having an agent, is that you're not able to. I mean, it's a little bit tougher to be able to do that. But hey, I think Lamar deserves his money. I think Lamar's done a lot for the franchise. Joe Flacco bet on himself a couple of years ago the same way that Lamar's doing it, and Joe Flacco ended up winning a Super Bowl, scored 12 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he won a Super Bowl. So
I like the comparison though, going from Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson. Nice comparison.
Oh, and they faced each other over the weekend. So there you go. But no, but I mean, Joe Flacco bet on himself. Then he became the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Maybe Lamar can do the same thing. I'm gonna go. My biggest takeaway is don't take week 1 so seriously. I think that week 1. I mean, obviously the Chiefs and the Chargers. And the Bills. I'm gonna separate them from this discussion. I'm talking about other things like Joe Burrow throwing 4 picks. Some of the other stuff that I saw, I was kind of like, don't take it so. I mean, heck, Marcus Mariota and the Falcons look like they could challenge the damn Rams this upcoming weekend. By the way they played. So there's some things that I kind of noticed that I'm like, it's just week 1. It's week 1 stuff that usually happens. I remember a couple of years ago, there was just, when I first got into here, into the business, I remember our good compa Dante Lascano, he told me, he's like, never believe week 1. Whatever happens week 1, you never know what's going to happen. I believe that the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Bills are good teams, so that's why I kind of set them apart from everything else. But these other teams, like I didn't like what I saw from the Bucks on Sunday night against the Cowboys. They looked a little bit. There's a chink in the chain. I think it's the suit of armor. I don't think is as strong as it was a couple of years ago. So don't take week 1 so seriously. Just relax. I know everybody likes to do overreactions, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what keeps on happening. But things can change, and it's the NFL, so obviously things change quickly. But Gilbert, let me ask you. I just mentioned 3 teams that I think are legit. I think the Chargers are legit. I think the Chiefs are legit, and I think the Bills are legit as well. Those 3 are quarterbacked by 3 of the best, I think, quarterbacks in the NFL: Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. Do you feel like it's them basically against do you feel like that's the MVP race, or do you think somebody else could jump in?
Come on, Fernando. You just told me not to overreact for week 1, and we're doing MVP races in week 1. Come on, man.
That's what the people want to know about.
I won't bury you just yet. But yeah, I guess you can start out with those 3 quarterbacks. I think they're should I say top 3 in the NFL right now? Do we take out the old guys, Rodgers and Brady now, or is that too soon? Overreaction?
I would.
Okay, all right, and then that's where we decided the order. Like Mahomes told us he's still freaking Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill, go do over there what you want to do in Miami. Justin Herbert is a freaking monster, alien, whatever he wants to be called. I know they kind of let up in the 4th quarter, Justin Herbert, but he was, tearing it up on the Raiders, efficient, not just the deep throws, the accuracy, man, the freaking lasers in between 2 people. The one to Keenan Allen, I can't get over that one.
There was no ball that looked like it was going to be intercepted, or no dangerous pass was thrown, nothing reckless.
And the funny thing,
I think that's the next step in his ascension, is that those reckless balls that he kind of threw last year, I think he's kind of done away with. I mean, and it's only week 1, but still.
But that's the thing he does on a weekly basis, and it's usually the Keenan Allen, these crazy throws, because they have that timing down. But I will go and make a decision here because I love all 3 guys. I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I think because I saw him in person, that guy's a freaking monster. Not just what you could talk about the arm for all 3, freaking awesome. But who has the athleticism? Who could move?
No, what I'm asking you is it a 3-race team between them?
Oh, they were making a pick right now for early.
No. Okay. Sorry. Or do you feel like somebody else could jump in?
I like right now, but you're making me think right now. It doesn't come to mind. Then for sure, it's these 3 guys. These quarterbacks are freaking on a different level, and we know it's a quarterback award. I'm not. Thank you for not making me pick. I was gonna go Josh Allen.
No, my bad. I knew where you were going, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make you pick yet.
Maybe you have one, Fernando, but I just don't see it right now, and it is so freaking early too. Because I just watched Geno Smith play and beat the Broncos. Maybe Geno Smith's on there too, but just kidding.
Comeback player of the year.
And yeah, maybe. But give me. You have anything? Because I can't think of any guy besides these 3.
There's not really one that comes to mind. I mean, unless Justin Jefferson if Justin Jefferson lights up the league and puts up, but I'm talking about huge numbers, and the Vikings win the division, I could see Justin Jefferson sneak his way into the MVP, but I just don't think he'll win it. Like you said, the MVP is for quarterbacks. The offensive player of the year is for positional players. So I think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be between these three guys at the end of the season, and we'll see. Obviously, and there's a curse on this. Whoever wins the MVP doesn't win the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. But let's move on. Gilbert, what was more of a surprise for you this weekend? The Texans and the Colts in first place in the AFC South after they tied the game, or each team in the NFC West going 0-4 in week 1?
Well, the NFC West, the Seahawks just won. So I think we were thinking they're going to lose to the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, my bad. So, so obviously, okay, my bad. Okay, so let me
AFC South went winless, and they two teams played each other because they tied.
How about this? Okay, what's more surprising, them being the leaders in the AFC South with tying, or the Seattle Seahawks being the lone team that won over the weekend in the NFC West?
It's a tough one, but it's just funny to me that the AFC South is winless, and a little not surprising. Like, this division stinks every year. They're so boring to me. I don't get excited for any team in this division, like, ever. Like, people were hyping up the Colts. I didn't really see it. Yeah, I like Jonathan Taylor. I like Michael Pittman, but Matt Ryan, and besides Shaquille Leonard, right? That's his name. Yeah. I forget. Like, it's not much. People kept picking them, so I kind of just went with the Titans just because I've seen them before. And then they lose to the Giants. By the way, Saquon Barkley balled out. So I will go AFC South. But they were a lot of surprises this week in Fernando. But the AFC South losing, not surprising, but a little funny before that.
I'm going to go Seattle. Everybody thought that Russ was going to go in there and spank their ass and get retribution for all the stories that came out this week about how he was angry that the Seahawks had sent scouts to Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson's pro days and all this stuff. So, and then he showed up like a game show host, like on Telemundo to the stadium. So, I think I think they're the more surprising that Seattle's 1-0. So now, Gilbert, like I told you, don't take week 1 so seriously, but man, we got to mention both of these two L's that two playoff teams took. What was more surprising to you? The Giants upsetting the Titans, or the Steelers beating and what their defense did to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals?
You were throwing me off right now. I thought we were going to rapid fire, but I could wait because I was going to get all fast right now. But the first one you said was which game? The Giants
the Giants upsetting the Titans, or the Steelers and the Bengals?
I already kind of touched on the Giants and the Titans, so I will go with the Bengals one. And I was watching that one closer because I have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and my fantasy team. I guess I should have given the Steelers defense more credit. And I really thought the Bengals offensive line was going to get better because they spent money and they supposedly they got talent there, and they got lit up. Too bad TJ Watt got hurt, but it looked the same. Fernando, you're right. They were getting crushed. Cam Hayward, TJ Watt doing whatever. How does Joe Burrow have 5 turnovers? I think 4 in the first half. I was getting frustrated, but at least Jamar Chase is still Jamar Chase. And then, like you mentioned, Fernando, overreaction week 1. I think they'll figure it out. They still have, they're still a good offense, but they lost T. Higgins with concussion. Joe Mixon was running really hard. That defense is pretty solid, but to lose to Mitchell Trubisky and then have your kicker who was clutch last year, the rookie Evan McPherson, Slim Shady, he didn't want to win the game. He kept missing it. I'm sure he wanted to win the game. Sorry about that, Evan McPherson. But you got to make a field goal, man. These kickers, they kill me.
I know, for real. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I remember at one point Keenan Allen tweeted that he wanted the Chargers to trade for Saquon Barkley. He must have seen something because Saquon rushed for over 164 yards and a touchdown. I think he was the one that got that 2-point conversion. So obviously that was a big upset. I think the Titans are one of those teams that I think is going to start. They're going to be going down a little bit. I don't think they're the same team. They've lost AJ Brown, who AJ Brown played really well over the weekend. So I'm going to go with the Giants upset of the Bengals, or of the Titans. But now we're going to go rapid fire. So if Victor producer can put the clock on, that'd be awesome. All right, Gilbert, after losing to the Bears, is it time to bench Trey Lance and start Jimmy G?
Overreaction week 1. I'll be quick with this one. No, it's not time to put in Jimmy G. Yes, I get that Trey Lance struggled with the throwing, and yes, I'm not making excuses about the rain because Justin Fields also had to deal with the rain, and he was much better than him. So I'm not making excuses, but it's week 1. Let the kid grow. Don't pull him so quickly.
I'm going to go with you. I think that you need to be patient with him. It's one of those. A story came out that supposedly Kyle Shanahan wanted Tom Brady or Mac Jones, that he didn't want Trey Lance. Hey, you got Trey Lance. You got to work with him. You have to be patient with him. And I think that George Kittle not playing also hurt them a little bit. So I think if George Kittle would have been in there, I think they would have won they might have been closer, but what an upset, to be honest. That was one heck of an upset. I didn't think the Bears were gonna pull it off, but yeah, so obviously Jimmy G is gonna have to wait on the bench.
See the pictures of the slide?
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that. All right. Patriots lost to the Dolphins. Gilbert, is Bill Belichick's mystique gone? Is he now beatable?
Yeah, like what is he doing with these coaches, with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, and then like I think he has it in his head. We're like, okay, I want to be sneaky here and mess with the media, but now it's affecting his team. Like, just get a real coordinator, hire somebody, and give up with this whole hoodie thing. You don't have Tom Brady anymore. So he got worked by a rookie head coach, Mike McDaniel, in front of the show, by the way. So that's not a good look for him. And then they have no weapons really for Mac Jones. The Patriots, Cam Wolf, right? He's the one that called that. I think he might be right here for being last in the AFC East.
I agree with you. I think that Bill Belichick has lost his mystique. I don't think the defense is good anymore. I think the defense has aging players. I think the offense is very predictable. Mac Jones isn't ready to lead this. He's not Tom Brady yet, or not Tom Brady-esque, where Tom Brady was able to lead at a young age. That's not Mac Jones. He's going to need a little bit more time. But yeah, I'm also with you. I think he's lost his mystique. Gilbert, is Tua legit, or is it just the players around him?
I can't wait for Dan and Diego to watch this because I want to troll him a little bit, and I wonder what he thinks though, because Tua had a nice game, but I'm gonna wait another week. Just kidding, Dan and Diego. Good players around them, good coaching, and they did what we thought they were gonna do with the scheme, especially with the fast players. Like, you don't have to throw deep, just give the guys open space in the flat, make them work. Jalen Waddle doing the Waddle, getting the touchdown there. That was pretty nice. Slant routes, screens, all that. And they have a good coach because that's what they did in San Francisco. So, I'm going to wait on the Tua thing, but it was a nice start for him to at least control and manage.
I'm going to go with you. I'm also going to wait a week. They're playing Baltimore this weekend, I think, at Baltimore. Ooh. That's going to give us a little bit more of an indication of where they're at. I think the Patriots aren't like we said, they're not the Patriots anymore. So, I just don't think the mystique is there anymore. So if they're able to beat Baltimore, then I'm going to be really impressed with, and Tua plays well, then I'll be impressed. Gilbert, one player that jumped out to you over the weekend.
You already mentioned him, and I hope you do the gritty for this, Fernando, but Justin freaking Jefferson, you had him in your MVP watch list. I am not mad at that. Keep doing it the whole time I talk. J Jets, whatever they call him, the kids call him nowadays. 180 yards, whatever, receiving. I keep laughing. 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins was pretty much throwing his way, and I'll get into the Packers, but he lit them up. Yes, put him on there on the MVP watch. I agree.
All right, can you be done?
Yes, I just want you to keep doing it. Okay.
No, I'm done. I am gonna go. Damn.
You forgot your player already?
No. I am gonna go with this individual who. Hold on, I got it right here.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's go.
That is Geno Smith. I'm going to go with Geno Smith. Good. Who? Geno Smith. He is back. He was drafted 1 pick after Manti Te'o in the 2013 draft. Everybody said the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Seattle Seahawks. This is all Russell Wilson. He ends up playing really well. I think he only had 4 incompletions. Geno Smith, and even I'm going to show a little love to Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll deserves a little love as well. They end up taking it to them. But yeah, so it was definitely a good. I'm going to go Geno Smith.
I like what he said, though. They wrote me off and right back. Oh, okay.
Is going on?
Whose music is that?
Guess who's here? Guess who is here?
The hostile takeover of this year, your favorite program, has commenced. Let's freaking go. Hello, Gilberto!
Hello. I thought people told you to stop yelling. You're doing it again.
Sup, dude? I cannot be tamed. I cannot be controlled. I cannot be corralled. I cannot be caged, baby. I'm too amped up.
So this would not be a segment if we didn't have Dan and Dago and Vic, the producer, talking to us. Vic, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's always hard to follow Dan and Dago.
Yeah, you messed it up. You should make Victor go first.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm not the one that hit the music. Hey, Dan and Dago hits his own music. He enters whenever he wants to enter the room.
Bing, bing, look, I'm using this computer to get me in here, dude. I'm hacking. I'm hacking everything. I'm
all right,
music, Victor.
I'm going to start off with Dan and Dago. Biggest takeaway from week 1, Dan?
Biggest takeaway from week 1, besides the Chargers, obviously, right?
No, you can whatever you want to do. This is your time.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because we already did it on What's Up Bolts. By the way, shout out. Go check it out. There's a good plug. I'm not going to lie. Like, even though the Lions didn't win, they scored over 35 points. They scored over 30 points with a Jared Goff-led offense. I would never suspect this to happen. So, I think they got a little juice in there. I think MCDC's doing the right thing. By the way, also, shout out to the Eagles. I thought they looked pretty good as well.
Called that one. You did say that one.
Yeah, exactly. Big shout out. My compa over there. But I just wish, honestly, just take one more year, MCDC. Go get a real quarterback, please. Then after that, take your steps, dude.
So obviously that's Dan and Dago's take for the week. Vic, I know you wanted the floor is now yours for your biggest takeaway.
Well, I was gonna talk about how the teams not playing in the preseason was a huge thing. Even today, we saw how sloppy it was. It was just terrible football. I think we need to see the teams play at least one quarter in the preseason. We saw it with the Rams. We saw it with some of the plays we saw from the Raider Chargers game. I mean, it was all over the place this weekend. So that was my biggest takeaway. I think I like that McVay has started this trend, but I think eventually we need to go back to seeing some of those teams playing their starters at least a half, like as we saw with the Bills, the Chiefs, and I forget who the other team. The good teams all played their quarterbacks, and Tom Brady played even before he left for those 2 weeks. So that was my biggest takeaway.
Not about Derek Carr, Victor. We had you on the show to give us your take on Derek Carr.
Even he knows Derek Carr is Derek Carr, dude. He knows.
I'm not gonna waste my time.
He knows what the program is. That's all right.
You still have another minute, Victor. Give us your take because it was a tough loss for you. With Dan and Dago above you, probably talking crap the whole time.
No, I like what I saw. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll plug this for What's Up Bolts. If you listen, Fernando was right on cue. I love what Patrick Graham did in the second half with the adjustments, and he also talked about Callahan from the Chargers. What he did against Renfro was really impressive. And Carr, stop hating. Like, if you're a Carr stan, Raider fans are always gonna hate on that poor guy. Like, I feel bad now trying to defend the guy. Like, I'm not even a Carr defender, and now I just feel bad. Yeah, exactly.
You're like Jon Snow with the freaking sword coming out.
Yeah, he's like taking on everybody. Like, oh my god, poor guy.
No,
who cares? Who cares? He gets what he deserves. I hope Mac in Las Vegas assaults him again. I can't wait.
So obviously, guys, there's a little bit of a problem right now going on. Jerry Jones ain't got a quarterback. Jerry Jones ain't got no quarterback right now. Dak Prescott is going to be out. I think it's 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, so 6 to 8 weeks. That could mean, and their schedule's tough. That means they could go 0-6 to 0-8 to begin the season. Jerry Jones ain't about that. Jerry Jones is about that money. He's about that limousine riding. Ryan, son of a gun.
So wait, Fernando, are you taking a victory lap right now?
No, not yet, because Mike McCarthy is still in power. Okay. But if they start off 0-8, if they start off 0-8, If they start off 0-8, then yeah, I think Mike McCarthy's out of there. Him and his watermelons are out of there. And his sledgehammer. But all right, I need you guys to help Jerry Jones out. He's willing to pay you guys if you guys can find him a quarterback. Vic, the producer, I'm going to start off with you. Find him a quarterback. Who can you give him?
Like off the street, I go get Jimmy.
Anybody.
Go trade for Jimmy G. Like I still believe in Trey Lance even after week 1. But you go get Jimmy G. Now will the Niners trade him? I don't know. But I would go get Jimmy G.
Gilbert.
I got a good one. This guy lives in Alabama, coaching high school kids. Former Chargers quarterback in San Diego.
God.
He keeps saying he wants to play. He's not retired just yet with the Chargers.
Oh my God.
Had a nice little year with the Colts in Indy.
What?
How about Phillip Rivers?
Wow.
God dang it.
Okay.
Oh my
Good
God.
golly. Jerry Jones, pick up the phone and call Phillip Rivers right now.
So he can show up like Eric
hold on,
Bischoff.
before you go, how much do you think it would take? How much money would he have to write to get Phillip Rivers? Gilbert.
Oh, with me?
Yeah,
obviously he's asking you. You're the one who's suggesting it, dude.
How much money do you think it'll take?
I was so invested in seeing Dan Diego's reaction to what I just said. I was like looking at him. Okay. I don't know. I think he really wants to play, and he's probably done with high school kids because Dan Diego's done with high school kids too. It takes a toll on you. Cut him a check of, I don't know, $8 million guaranteed. Call it a day. Come back.
He's not going to come
Dan, what do you
out
have to
for
say?
that.
I'm going to let you respond to Gilbert. What Gilbert said.
I want to hear it.
He took at, I don't know how old, 36 or whatever with us, a 4-year 84 just to tie up the franchise so we can't get anyone. Then they wonder why he was getting beat up because these 5 guys were off the streets. They were selling Halloween masks in a freaking gas station, half of these guys did. No, he's not going to come out for $8 million. Half of these guys won't come out for $8 million just to get on a winning program. It won't happen, dude. Easily he'll want 20, close to 20. I bet you anything.
Okay. If you're Jerry Jones, don't give him 20.
How much is Gino getting paid? He's getting paid probably 12. Right. Some of these backups get paid 12.
All right.
But all right, let me
get control. Who are you taking, Dan?
Well, let me tell you something. Jerry Jones was in the FaceTimes in the shower. He was calling his good old buddy, Brian Kelly, out there in Louisiana. And he said, well, Jerry, why don't you maybe go get Lamar out of Baltimore? They don't want to pay him. You got that big old yacht, Jerry. That big old yacht, bigger than a city. Sell that yacht. Pay the boy. Pay him. Bring him to Dallas. Get the Dallas back.
I didn't know we were supposed to use the accent, by the way.
It was crap. It was crap. I don't know why I couldn't do it.
I should have. You guys should have told me I could have done an accent or something. You guys have done a great job, by the way.
Dude. I couldn't do it. It didn't sound as well. So that's my high. That's my high one, right? Because all his great ideas come in the shower. The other one, why not go?
You know why he's saying, Gilbert? Do you know why he's saying that?
In the shower?
When he said that, he paid. When he said he would think about Dak Prescott while he was showering and about wanting to pay him. He's like, I would always think about him when I was showering.
Nice.
In the shower, all my great ideas come.
All right, what's your real one?
No, that is the real one. Like, you already know the rift in Baltimore is real. They don't want to pay him for whatever reason. You can only imagine what's going on behind closed doors. If he can wiggle his way in there, say, hey, Lamar, I'll pay you. I'll give you. Have you been to Dallas? Dallas is real nice this time of year. We don't deal with no snow. You know what I'm saying? Or cold weather or whatever. That's what I would say.
Okay, so I'm going to go with a superhero. A guy who right now says there's no way that 32 quarterbacks are better than him. A guy who opens up his chest.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I'm going to go Cam Newton.
Right.
Are you serious?
Why all right? Cam Newton's only 32 years old.
So we saw him last year. He stunk.
Exactly.
That's because Carolina stinks.
Thank you, Gilberto. Finally,
I'm trying to rescue your NFC East prediction of them winning the division.
Back down to reality.
You need somebody to
I already waved the white flag. I'm done with that pick. It was week 2.
Look at that. Look at that. Que poco aguantas.
Look at that.
They lost a quarterback for like 8 weeks. I'm done.
Well, there you go. So that was obviously good. All right, guys. Next, I'm so excited. Last week, we did our picks. This week, we got Kirk, the one-eyed cat. That is Victor's cat. I was told about it. Last week, I didn't know that was Vic's cat. I just thought it was a random cat we were showing a video of. So this week, Kirk is going to help us out again. Last week, let me give the standings. Last week, Kirk went 3-1. What? Dan and Dago, 3-1. What?
What?
Gilbert, 3-1. What?
What?
Fernando, 3-1. What?
What?
Vic, 2-2. No, I'm just kidding. But
Come on,
That got out on Sunday, my boy. That's why you went.
So that's how the standings are right now. Kirk, can we get a little bit of help? Could you help us pick this week's game? He's going to help us out. He's going to go with Bengals Cowboys, Eagles Vikings, Bills Titans, and Dolphins Ravens. Let's see what Kirk is going to choose. We're going to start off with the Bengals. He's looking. He's going to go with Joe Burrow to bounce back over the Dallas Cowboys in their quarterback list team. Tua or Lamar Jackson. He went with Tua. He went with Tua the Tuna. He's going to go Eagles, Vikings. Is he going to go Jalen Hurts or Kirk Cousins? No gritty here. He's going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see. Titans, Bills. He's looking. He's going to go Josh Allen to go 2-0 and start this season. All right. So those are the 4 solid picks from Kirk, the one-eyed cat. Let's start it off with Bengals Cowboys. Dan and Dago. Okay, my bad. Is this unanimous? Are we all going to go Bengals?
Yes.
As long as Gilberto doesn't pick them.
No.
He cursed him last week.
There's no way you can choose. No,
the Gilberto curse is real. We saw it last week. Luckily I benched Joe Burrow minutes before kickoff. Then
whatever.
The Rams get destroyed.
It was the Bengals.
Okay, all 4 of us are going Bengals.
I'm so sorry, Cincinnati. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So sorry,
it's unanimous.
Cincinnati.
Everybody, 5.
Let's go Eagles.
The state of Ohio is going to hate you after Sunday, dude.
Vikings at Eagles. Dan and Dago, who you got?
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. They're going to take
Vic,
it.
the producer.
Same. Going with Kirk here.
Oh, you're going Vikings?
Oh, no. Sorry, Eagles. Yeah, you picked
Kirk the cat.
Kirk. My bad. I thought you meant Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, for real. I got confused about that too once.
Gilbert, I know who you're going to go with.
I'm going with Kirk Cousins, not related to Kirk, the one-eyed cat. Vikings, the gritty. Just keep throwing to Jefferson. Do it. I'm doing like the boat, I feel like here, but whatever. Keep throwing that guy.
Sorry, Minnesota. You got 6 inches of snow and the curse is coming to you. It's about to get a hell of a lot colder up there.
I picked your Chargers last week, man. Give it up.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. I think the Eagles are a well-oiled machine. I like their defense as well.
That's right.
Let's go Bills Titans. Are we all going Bills?
Yes.
Oh my God, Buffalo.
We should pick some better, more competitive games.
Colder.
All right. So we all went
Poor
Bills.
Buffalo.
Last one, and I think we're gonna be split on this one.
Hopefully.
Dolphins at Ravens. Gilbert, I'm gonna give it to you first.
Damn. I just want to go with Tua just to piss off your brother. But it's in Baltimore. I'm going with Lamar Jackson, who might go to Dallas, apparently, according to your brother, in a midweek trade. But if he stays, I'm going Baltimore. In the shower. But go Baltimore.
I need to catch up to you guys, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Ooh,
oh, wow.
You're going to follow me behind.
Dago?
This is going to be a shock to everyone. I am going with Miami, not because of the throwing Samoan, but because of head coach Mike McDaniel. I just think, you outsmart big Bill Belichick week 1. I think he's going to ride a nice little high, and there's like 20 years of tape or whatever out on John Harbaugh also. I think he's going to upset him this week.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to go with Gilbert, and I'm going to go with Baltimore. I think Baltimore's defense and their offense is very good, so I'm going to go with them. Before we get to Dan and Dago and his promo, I got a little present for you guys. I know we were talking a couple of weeks ago about theme songs that we like, and Ham Porter from The Sandlot uploaded this video. I think you guys will enjoy this.
I saw this. Oh my God. my God.
Is he wearing a double? Is that a double Brady jersey?
That's
so he has
stand
Tampa
the
Bay on the
video to
back
begin
and
with.
Patriots on the front.
That's
So that was
garbage.
Ham Porter from the Sandlot and some of his buddies. They were doing like a mesh on song on the like the ESPN football song, all the football songs. Everybody's excited that the NFL is back, so they started doing different dances to it. If you guys want to check it out, it's on Sports Center's Instagram page. I thought it was hilarious when I saw it.
What are you talking about, Frown? Come check it out on Compas on the Beat. We got the video right.
Oh, yeah, we got the video right here.
Come watch this on YouTube. Switch from the audio to the YouTube.
I just thought of an idea. Why can't the Compas do something with like a Gilberto shirt, like with all the themes?
No, I
refuse. We can't figure out a routine and
I refuse.
And they don't dance. Apparently,
yeah, exactly. Unless I'm very drunk and at a wedding. That's the only acceptable time.
Do the greedy.
All right, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, let's go now. Let's go now to Dan and Dago and see what he's got cooking up for us with his promos.
Don't scream.
You just wait.
Real quick reminder. Do not forget to subscribe to Combat Compas. You are not going to want to miss it. We have great content over there, like that Triple G video interview with the great translator. That's already up to 14,000 views. Let's freaking go. Thank you all coming in and watching it. Appreciate you guys. And don't forget, we got a great roundtable with the best boxing reporters in all the world. They're about to do a breakdown on the fight this weekend. Canelo versus Triple G3. It's about to be fire. Do not forget to come over there with your compas to talk a little combat. Get a little right hook action going. Also, do not forget, if you want your boy right here, best dang promo reader in the game to read advertisement for you, do not fret. Just slide into our emails. The email's real simple to remember. It's compasonthebeat@gmail.com. So do not be afraid. Slide in there. Let's do a little business, shall we? It'll be great. Don't you fret. Now let's get back to the program.
All right, Dan and Dago, thank you so much for that great insight. As always, we love your promos and things that you're mad at. Let's talk a little. Gilbert, will you join me in the dojo?
Yes, Sensei. Sorry.
Take your pajamas off. Put on your adult clothes. Let's just get on with it.
Obviously, Cobra Kai Season 5 dropped last Friday. I'm going to start with Vic. Vic, did you watch it?
I got through 5 episodes. I had to catch up on a bunch of shows, so I only got to watch 5 episodes.
What do you think?
So far, it's a little slow, like on my end. It's been a little slow after 5 episodes. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just gonna say it's been a little slow so far after 5 episodes. But it's the same stuff, like they're just taking it to the next level. It's kind of predictable at this point, but I love some of the characters that they're bringing back from the movies. They keep finding these characters. I'm like, where did they find these? Yeah, you got to keep.
Some of them movies. I didn't even remember that they were still. Like, I was like, oh crap! I was like, this is awesome. This will be a funny one. Dan and Dago, have you watched Cobra Kai Season 5?
I was never really into the whole what's it called? What's the Karate Kid movies? I was forced to watch them, held hostage by my elder brother.
So you don't wax on, wax off?
No, I don't watch any. Weird. Especially after that garbage of Will Smith's son, that garbage imitation.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it after that. That was so stupid. Everything is just tainted.
By the way, one of the villains calls Daniel LaRusso Danny Boy, so it's funny to me. But Danny Boy, don't mess with me. Daddy Boy, I was gonna keep saying that. Have you ever stopped a high school brawl yet on your campus? Like these two, like,
come on, sir,
karate teams.
No, honestly, seriously, I would almost. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. No, honestly, it's more the grab assery type stuff. All it is grab ass. They'll start shoving each other like for fun and doing this weirdo. I don't know what.
I can see Dan grab each of them and like lift them up and be like, "Hey, stop."
I always tell them separate. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to watch this, dude.
All right, Gilbert. What have you thought?
I'm a little different from Victor. It is a little slow. I got through 4 episodes. the first two, I really enjoyed the whole. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we know from the previous episode, season, he's in Mexico, and the whole journey of being in Mexico. I enjoyed the first two episodes and all that. After that, it got pretty slow. So 3 and 4 were kind of whatever to me. And yeah, how the hell they keep bringing these old characters? And I didn't even watch some of these old movies. I forgot. I'm like, okay, that's enough. And it just feels a little weird because some of these high school storylines are a little corny, but I'm already invested in the character. So I'm like, yeah, man, like stop fighting with these two boyfriends and leave them alone. Like, I don't know. It's all weird. But overall, good storyline. I'm invested in the characters. Fighting in the pool, whatever, bullies, they have it all on the show. It's what I signed up for. It's like when I told you about Jurassic Park. Things are going to get messed up by dinosaurs. This is what I wanted, okay? So I'm okay so far.
So I was saying like you just described High School Musical to me. Why don't you go write it in your burn book, dude?
With fighting, okay?
So
they scratch each other.
So I was watching my mom and I think we had just gotten home. What did we do Saturday? I can't remember what we did on Saturday, but we got home or whatever, and my mom's like, oh, let's watch something on Netflix. All of a sudden I look and I'm like, oh, Cobra Kai season 5's on there. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not watching anything with you. I started it at 7:00. Big mistake. I didn't stop watching until 1:30 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning, and I had to get up early to go to Chargers, the game. I was at the game, and at one point, like at halftime, I was like, oh my God, I need something. I went to go get one of those energy drinks that they have there, and I downed it. I was like, I need some kind of a kick. But, man, I liked it. I mean, Cobra Kai, I'm always going to binge. I always binge it all the way through because I want to watch what happens. I can't put it down. I thought the ending was very good. I liked exactly what they did with it. Obviously, they're going to leave you at the edge of their seat. They're going to leave you with a cliffhanger. But I thought it was a really good. Another good season. I guess the script still hasn't been written for season 6, so I'm a little disappointed in that. I thought maybe that they would probably give it to us at the beginning of next year or something. Like just me, hopeful, wishful thinking. But no, they're gonna make us wait. But I thought it was a really good one. I'll probably give it about an 8.
No, hold on. No, don't give it because we haven't watched it. Right?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait. Yeah. All right, I'll wait.
No, I kind of want to hear. I don't mind bringing our ratings.
Oh,
later,
okay.
But I want to hear.
All right. I'll give it an 8.8 avocado rating.
Okay, that's what I want to tell because 8.18, whatever. Yeah, 8.1 is not the best. So for you, you're kind of being a little nice there. What was it?
8.8.
Still, but you're kind of a homer for Cobra Kai, so anything under 9, you're kind of being a little generous. I feel like
anything under 9, I'm being generous.
Yeah, like over 9, like for you, usually you will give it a 9 or 10 because you love.
Oh it so much. Yeah.
Now you're going under, and you're trying to push it to get to 9. You're being a little nice. I feel like.
No. I thought the ending. I thought the ending was very solid, and then they have this awesome scene where obviously I'm a huge Rocky fan, so obviously I'm all about it.
Rocky crosses over in it. Seriously?
No. Well, no.
Come on.
This is a perfect transition to our next topic.
It's all about the 80s. All they care about is
Dolph
the 80s.
Lundgren comes out.
No.
Ivan Drago.
Sylvester Stallone comes out and knocks out Danny Silver or Terry Silver.
What else?
Okay, so obviously during the latest She-Hulk episode, a series I have not watched, a new character is introduced and she drops in on Wong while she was watching The Sopranos. She notices that the episode he's watching and proceeds to spoil it for him. 2-part question: how long should one wait to talk about a new show before you're out of the spoiler zone? And have you ever had a bad reaction to someone spoiling a movie or a show? Hold on. This one, it has to go to Dan and Dago. Dan, what did mom do to you?
Oh, my God, dude. Speaking of which, we should just talk about The Sopranos, dude. Now, that's a program, my guy. All
right.
I love The Sopranos. Anyway,
what did mom do to you?
I was watching Breaking Bad, and my mom walks in and sees it, and I can't remember the older gentleman's name who was bald. I think it was Mike. She's like, oh, he's still alive? And literally in the next scene, Walter kills him. And I'm like, what a scumbag, dude. What a scumbag thing to do. I was so pissed.
Well, it sounds like you got the character wrong. You almost dropped the spoiler here, but you got the character wrong, probably. So
I was in
the character was right. His name was Mike. What are you talking about? Spoiler.
Are you freaking kidding?
The last season was like in 2016, dude. That's
no,
way past the grace.
Let me give you my point of view now. Don't ever drop a spoiler. Don't be rushing people. I didn't watch Harry Potter for 20 years, and I appreciate that you.
And he still hasn't finished it.
I still haven't.
Yeah,
so
disgusting.
let me go my own pace. You guys stop spoiling it. And I have a story from a person in this group. Victor loves dropping spoilers in group text. He cannot contain himself. He can't control it. He's like, this team was awesome. I love these gifts. Blah, blah, blah. No, Victor, I have to turn off my phone or mute the group because you cannot control yourself. That's my story. Sorry, Victor.
No, go ahead. This is why I put this question on. So no, yeah, I'm terrible. I just don't have it outside of my fiance Megan. I don't have anybody to talk to about it because most of the people who we talk to don't, and I get it. Everybody's busy, and so I don't have that chance. And my biggest problem too with spoilers is that I like going on YouTube and watching like new rock stars and trying to figure out like what's coming, whether it's Marvel or whatever North show. And I blame my fiance for that because she even spoils stuff for me on TikTok. Like we'll start having a conversation and she's like, oh, this is going to happen. And I'm just like, and then I do that to her too. So it goes back and forth. So that's my story with that. But what about for you, Fernando?
No, if it's come out like this fool with Harry Potter and you have not watched it, that's on you.
Respect
if we're all talking about it, if we're all talking
a month grace period,
you're at the remedial stage then because you're very slow.
Respect the pace, sir.
No, you're a snail right now. I mean, 20 years and you still haven't finished it.
You're a snail hosting this show. Keep it going, Fernando.
Bull BS. Yeah, no, if it's been out for more than 3 years. There's no grace period. You're done. Like you have a 3-year window, and after that, you're done. So, House of Dragon has given.
Wait, hold on. You're not going to tell them the story about the Winter Soldier spoiled?
No, that was BS. So obviously, when I was
you were so pissed.
So obviously, when I was a kid, I would read magazines. That's what, or not magazines, comic books. I love reading all the comic books. I read Captain America. I read this. I read that. I read everything. And then, so obviously I knew that in the Winter Soldier was Bucky. Spoiler alert. Sorry, Gilberto, if you haven't watched Captain America. So obviously,
I don't care about Marvel. I'm not gonna watch that piece of crap.
I was with my sister, and I'm like, yeah, I can't believe. I'm like, yeah, Bucky. This. Well, what do you mean, Bucky? I'm like, well, the Winter Soldier. Bucky's the Winter Soldier. I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, you didn't know that? She's like, no, and she got mad. I'm like, well, what did you want from me? I read the comic books. I knew that Bucky was the Winter Soldier. I'm like, get out. I was like, come on. I was like, who cares? So obviously she got mad at me and she was mad.
There he goes, bearing you, Frown.
You probably did her a favor though, because the movie probably sucked anyway. So
that was a great movie. Are you freaking kidding?
This fool.
All the Captain Americas have been fantastic.
No, they have not.
The new one's not going to be good. The new one's not going to be good. I can already tell you that one.
I hate all of them.
No, that's because you hate America.
Oh, yeah.
I called you a communist.
I like The Boys, and I like the 2 characters of America in there. There you go.
Dude, The Boys is amazing. By the way, I was not brought on for that, and I take offense. I just want it to be known. Yeah. I want it to be known for the record.
All right. We should do a review House of the Dragon has given you guys plenty of scenes that have made you say WTF so far in season 1. But one of the relatable scenes we took place in episode 3 when Princess, holy crap,
Rihanna. Who
the hell said Rihanna? Rhaenyra is reading below a tree while a minstrel plays the same song over and over. My question for you guys is what song do you guys play when you're writing a story? Or what song do you guys like playing over and over again?
You butchered this whole question. You're just destroying House of the Dragon, Fernando. You don't do it justice.
Yeah,
because House of the Dragon is garbage.
Season 8 of of the other show, they pissed me off. So Gilbert, what's the song that you listen to over and over again?
Let's see.
He's so pissed he forgot the name, dude.
You know what? I guess I'm in a weird Latino music mood, Bad Bunny, and it's funny because I could be like on Deadline, And I think I need to have music that I know already, or I know the beat, because if I don't know the song, I'm gonna listen to it, to the words, and to see what they're saying. So when I'm on deadline, just the same music I play back and forth. People probably hate me, I'm sure. Whoever's in my car hears the same music. So either Bad Bunny, but you know what? Why not some WWE ring music? How about Triple H walkout song? There you go. I don't know why.
Friend of the show.
Time to play the game. There you go.
Vic, what do you listen to over and over again when you got something, or when you're at work or something like that?
Right now, it's probably Sebastián Yatra and Tacones Rojos. I that beat just like I'll just keep playing it. There's something about that beat. It's a really nice beat. It just hooks you in. But usually it'll just be some reggaeton or some hip hop, like some 90s hip hop kind of stuff. That kind of does it.
Now let's throw the mood completely off. To my sweet dear brother, what do you listen to over and over again?
If it's, I'll do two. If it's WWE, like Gilberto said, I like Kane's old theme song, not the new one that's garbage. The old one was amazing. But honestly, like recently, I've been into Elvis Presley, and I love listening to "If I Can Dream." I love listening to that song over and over again. I've seen the music video like 4 or 5 times from 1968.
Have you seen the movie on HBO, by the way?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask him that.
I did, but I don't know if you want me to do a review or not.
Don't spoil it. But is it good enough for me to watch?
It's good in the sense of I love
Elvis.
the guy's performance. Yeah. But storytelling, it's a rotten avocado, dude. I'm not making guacamole with that thing.
Yeah. If I can just say something without spoiling it, like that guy should win the Academy Award for the performance.
100%.
Like you can't even tell the difference between the real Elvis and him.
100%.
But that's it. Like Tom Hanks gives the worst performance of his career. He's terrible in it.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't a fan. Like, especially if you put that film next to Walk the Line and Bohemian Rhapsody, it looks like garbage storytelling wise.
Interesting.
Totally
There you go. I'm still gonna watch it though now.
Watch it. Check it out. Let me know.
Go ahead. No, you're good. Ring the bell if you want, Gilbert. What I listen to when I'm writing is the Pat McAfee show. I mean, to be completely honest, I mean,
friends of the show.
And Gilbert knows. Gilbert's seen me. When we were at Chargers.
Music.
I know. I don't listen to music. Music distracts me.
So you're telling me if you're on deadline, you put some headphones on.
I'm listening to the Pat McAfee show.
Shout out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's everything I listen to. And I do have what's up, Dan?
You show some respect. We had a Golden Domer State of the Union today by Lou Holtz, aka Ty Schmidt, on the program. Right. I can't wait to check that out.
Obviously, I do have an update on House of the Dragon.
Yes. You watched?
So no, hell no. Well, I might be a little bit closer now, but I was talking to Joey Bosa last week, and he's like, "Hey, Fernando, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up, Joey?" He's like, "Have you seen any good shows lately?" And I was like, "No, not really." I was like, "There's nothing really that interests me out there." He's like, "Well, if I can recommend one," he's like, "because I know you won't watch anime." And I was like, "Well, I just think it's a little slow." And then he just starts laughing. And he's like, House of the Dragon isn't bad. I was like, really? I'm like, I'm still pissed off about season 8. And he's like, yeah, I am too. But I gave it a chance, and it's actually pretty decent. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I may watch it. I was like, only because of your recommendation. Wow. And he starts laughing. He's like, I appreciate that. And so I was like, yeah.
Joey Bosa says, watch a show, but your good buddy Gilberto Manzano says, watch a show. You won't do it? What the hell?
Hey, he's trying to go to the Florida penthouse, dude. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, I'm getting a little closer, but I don't know. I'm so ticked off still about the season.
Dude, 8, seriously, without giving a spoiler, if you thought the whole Sir Jamie and Cersei stuff was weird, this one alludes to even weirder things, and I've only seen one episode of garbage.
Okay. All right, well,
House of Garbage.
Unfortunately, Vic and Daniel, su tiempo se acabó. We love you.
Wait, we got. What about the?
I got executed. You see, I'm the first one on the chopping block. Executed, and I'm blood.
We're burying people, right?
Oh yeah,
burial of the day. Dude.
All right, my bad. That was my bad. Obviously, I did it primarily. All right, let's start with.
How about for now? Let your brother introduce his segment. This is the idea. I want to hear.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's what I was about to do. Dan and Dago, please take it away. You are now the host.
Well, honestly, like in the chat, the boys are always getting wild. So I was like, you know what? Why not just come up with a burial of the day, dude? We'll have a good time with it. All in good fun. Obviously, don't get offended. Relax, dude. Take it easy. And if you do get offended, write me a letter so I have something to wipe my with. There you go. That way everybody knows. I don't care. Yeah, so we're gonna go first with Vic. Vic, who would you like to bury today? Burial of the week.
I'm gonna say the kickers. That's what I'm going with. The kickers in the NFL. It was just terrible. Like every time especially I feel bad for the people who had to watch those the overtime game between the Steelers and the Bengals having to wait. I know there were some people who were waiting for the Chargers and Raider game, and they had to wait because those kickers kept missing kicks. And I feel bad for the rest of the country. I was able to watch it here right away, but
it was halfway through overtime. They had to change to the broadcast of Chargers Raiders.
Was it a lot? Was it that many misses? I didn't
it was like 4 or 5 in overtime, dude.
Damn.
Mind you, the Bengals lost, I think, their short snapper, but still, dude, some of those the
long
snapper got off. No, short field goal.
No, that's a long snapper.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys call them long snappers?
Yeah,
it's short distance. It's not the same. Whatever. We're not gonna get into technicalities.
Okay, let's
we're not gonna get into technicalities. All right. How's everyone turn down the earphones? Who would you like to bury?
Stop shouting so much. But I carry my shovel. I should actually have a shovel here. We should have shovels for this segment. Have a shovel ready at all times. That's what the shirt said, right? Shovel ready at all times, right?
Shovel included.
There you go, included. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. How the hell do you just pay your cornerback Jair Alexander a bunch of money, one of the top cornerbacks in the game? You don't even have him, sniff a snap against Justin Jefferson. You pay the guy to shadow him, and this is not Jair's fault. He had a comment saying, "Hey, that wasn't my decision. You got to do what you got to do, man." But that was on the coach. You messed it up. Matt LaFleur, right? The coach. I'm forgetting the name of the coaches.
Matt LaFleur.
I'm forgetting your name because you were terrible, this coach, and the GM for trading Devontae Adams to over here to Victor, who enjoyed Devontae Adams for a week.
Yes.
And also you, Aaron Rodgers, and your dumb little haircut from Peaky Blinders. You guys suck. Packers. Again, it's just a funny segment. Don't hate me.
Frown, who you got? Who you want to bury today, dude?
Broncos country. Let's ride. Ain't no riding tonight, dude. You're 0-1 now. You're starting off 0-1. Ain't no riding. You're 0-1. You lost to the Seattle Seahawks. You were burying the old man. You were burying the franchise. You wanted out. You and Sierra lost. So now you're 0-1.
Fell off the saddle.
Yeah, exactly.
Sierra in this, right?
Huh?
You got to drag Sierra in this, right?
Yeah, why not? This beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic.
Right. She made that song?
You gotta cut that out, Victor, as a clip on. Put them on TikTok. Jesus.
So obviously, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the first gentleman and the first lady of the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson took that L, and I think this is gonna be the first of many for the Broncos this season. There's something about them I don't believe in. So I think Vic is right. I think Vic Fangio was a lot better with that defense than people give him credit for. So Dan and Dago, the floor is now yours. Who would you like to bury?
Honestly,
Derek Carr.
It's going to be between either Kyle Shanahan or Aaron Rodgers. And the only reason I say Aaron Rodgers is because
them both make a bigger dish.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you guys wanted me to bury them both. I don't care. I'll bury everybody up in here.
This is your segment.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, first off, I'd like to bury because it's like, I better not hear any complaints. You're the one who signed the dotted line guy. You could have left whenever you wanted and you decided to come back. So now you got to atone to the consequences, and we'll see just how dang good you and that Matt LaFleur are. So I'm not a huge Matt LaFleur guy. You guys remember how I was at Indy about that. And so, I mean, we're going to find out really what they're made of. Nuts and guts, we'll find out real soon. Kyle Shanahan, dude, what are you doing? Like, Jimmy G was healthy for this week 1 game, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand the coaching decision, seriously. Or maybe it's above him. I don't know. Seriously, if he didn't even want him, I don't know. But how the hell do you bench the guy who takes you to a Super Bowl, officiating screws you out, whatever, fine. He takes you to the NFC Championship.
What?
Drop a pick, some stuff happens, and then you just throw him to the curb for a rookie quarterback. I mean, you had jokesters saying to start him in the NFC Championship last year, which is a joke. I just need everyone to understand this, Blue Checkmark Brigade. Not everyone is the son of Odin, God of Lightning, Justin Herbert. Not everyone's him, dude. Everybody needs to realize that fact. Only I struck gold. Everyone else is still trying to find it.
Loyal to the girl that brought him to the dance. So look at that.
That's right.
He's single, by the way. Loyalty.
And he's gonna get the ring. He's gonna get that ring too, baby. I'm staying with him forever, dude. Forever and ever.
All right. Well, we want to thank Vic, the producer, and Dan and Diego for being here with us. But now
before
it is time
I get executed, dude.
for una más between Gilbert and I. Gilbert, obviously, that was a fun segment with Dan and Diego and Vic, the producer. A lot of fun as always. So I guess obviously the Dodgers clinched a playoff spot. They're now in the playoffs again. Their team is completely stacked. But I guess they decided to do. They just after beating the Padres 10-. By the way, they showed that at the Chargers Raiders game that they'd beaten the Padres 10-2, and there was a lot of cheering. The guy that got booed was Paul George. Paul George got the crap booed out of him. But here is some pictures of the Dodgers doing dress up. I guess they do it. They do it every year. For the last few years, as an organization, they dress up on road trips, and here's some stuff that they've done. This is funny. Tiger and Steve. This is pretty creative. I think it's pretty
fun. Is it Halloween or fantasy football draft?
No, I think they just do it just for fun. I think it's a tradition unlike any other that they've
nice.
They've done. Yeah, so
the Masters. Nice slogan there.
Exactly. Here, let me throw out some more out there, Gilbert, just so you can see some of the other
now I'm thinking about Halloween. What do you
This one's pretty cool.
Fernando?
This one's pretty cool.
Get some inspiration for Halloween right here.
It's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob, and they're in the air, so I think that's even more hilarious because they're in the invisible boatmobile. So obviously, I still remember that from my childhood. Huh?
That's a high jump right there from the left.
No, dude, that is nuts. Let's see. Let me see if I have one more for you. Let's see. Yes, I do. Oh, there you go. Magic Mike. Damn, Justin Turner is.
Yeah, these guys have some tans. Yeah, they
look at the tan lines that these guys have. That's crazy.
It's worse than mine.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. Gilbert, before we bow out, I just wanted to. Here's actually I have one more for you. This is the whole Dodgers team in their outfits, which is pretty funny. So. You got a Power Ranger. Oh, the whole organization does it. You got Cobra Kai. You got Sriracha bottle. Conor McGregor. Where's Waldo? Darth Vader. Scooby-Doo. Ricky Bobby. WWE or UFC fighter. Top Gun.
There you go.
America.
All right. That just makes me feel like I need to get like a.
Some guy dressed up like a Giants player.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a little random.
Luchador. That's actually pretty funny.
That's from that one show. I'm already really blanking. The Korean show, Squid Games. There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. I didn't even thought about that. I didn't even watch it past season or episode 2.
Come on, Jesus, Fernando.
Is that another one I need to watch?
Yes, please do. The guy just won like an Emmy or something or an Oscar. I forget what it was.
Gilbert, did you see this video of the rain? This is how bad the rain was.
Oh yeah.
In Chicago yesterday, this guy has popcorn. He's wearing Bosa jersey. They're just pouring all over his popcorn, and he just says "F it" and he dumps it out. This is hilarious, dude.
That's and it's a 49ers fan too, losing in Chicago and getting the water on him. This reminds me of our good friend Alonzo. He is a Niners fan, so big L for him this weekend and this guy.
All right, and just lastly, obviously, I have this clip where because of how the rain was, look at all that. Look at Justin Fields and all these guys jumping in the water and getting all excited. Look at all that, Gilbert. Doesn't that look
You're
like
a Niners
fun?
fan. Look away, Niners fans, but this is pretty cool. The picture of Justin Fields doing the flexing, pretty badass. Especially because nobody gave the team a chance, and they all kind of written off Justin Fields.
Have you ever been in anything like this, or no? With all that rain?
No, well, can't recall, or even covering a game like that. It was wild.
Interesting. Guys, thank you guys so much again for joining us. Guys, as we wrap up this show, we want to thank you guys so much again for rocking with us. Don't forget, this week is a short week, Chargers fans. Dan and Dago will have you, and I will have you covered on What's Up Bolts. We will talk to Joshua Briscoe. He's a compa. He has us all covered on, he's going to give us the lowdown on Kansas City and how they're doing without Tyrann Mathieu. Obviously, House of Horns this week, Falcons, Rams. Vic, the producer, and Gilbert will have you covered on all things Rams going into this week. Can they recover? Can they finally bounce back and get into the win column? Or will Marcus Mariota and the Falcons come in? But will Vic and Gilbert know? Obviously, we will be having a special episode of Combat Compas this week. We will be breaking down Triple G and the Canelo Alvarez fight that happens on Saturday. Big tradition, September 16th, Mexican Independence Day, but obviously it's waiting for this Saturday. That's the real Mexican Independence Day, not Cinco de Mayo, people. So obviously that'll be a good one this week, a good fight. Don't forget to go to Combat Compas and watch our interview with Triple G. It was such a good interview. Even though we had a translator, the translator flowed with everything that we were doing. So it was awesome to get that. And obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, give us feedback. Tell us how much you love the compas, all that stuff, how much you love Dan and Dago, how much you like Gilbert, how much you like me or Vic or whoever, or Kirk the one-eyed cat. If you like that, let us know. We definitely appreciate that. Again, thank you guys so much for rocking with us. It's obviously we do this for you guys. That's why we have so many different shows. That's why we do so much of this. So we're excited about everything happening here at Compas on the Beat. Gilbert, you got anything before we say goodbye?
No, we got the promotions, House of Horns, What's Up Boats, Combat Compas, Compas on the Beat, 4 shows. We're a network. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell a friend.
Thank you guys so much again. It's been another great week of Compas on the Beat. Like I said, we will have a post-game reaction, Dan and Dago and I, from Chargers and Chiefs. Gilbert and Vic also will do it for House of Horns. So it's been another special week. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us for the time being. Gilbert, ¿sabes qué? Vámonos.
Fernando, fix your Wi-Fi. Let's go to week 2. Vámonos.